Hey everybody, this is Fi. I'm checking out Museum. This is a part of the AGDG demo day 26. I've not played this before. Gonna give it a playtest, see if we can give some useful feedback. I haven't done any of these videos in a good while now, so I'm gonna hopefully get back into it soon. But back to the game, I'm just gonna read the game page real quick. It says, "One time I had a dream about walking around an infinite museum. This is what this game is about." And it goes on to mention what's missing: all music, most sound effects, almost all the art. There's only 2 sculptures. Variety and levels, there's only 7 as of now. The entire time system, that's what the clock at the start will be for. And it goes on to say, "I really hope nothing's broken, but you never know." So we're going to jump into this. I've not seen anything past what you see here. Cat is being obnoxious. Let's get rid of the overlay. So we've got this interesting opening screen here. We got controls. WSD is move, left click to interact, right click to check watch. Shift to sprint, spacebar is jump, P is pause. I don't like P for pause. I prefer escape. I don't know if the escape key is going to be used to like quit the game or anything like that, but I definitely don't like reaching for the P key. I think that's sort of an old-fashioned indie game type of thing. Click/enter to close, that's fine with me. So there's no options as of yet, which is fine. Choose your avatar. Interesting. I'm not sure what this at the bottom of the screen is. At the top too, for that matter. I don't know that this matters. I guess we're gonna go with this Dalmatian looking thing. Oh, it's a greyhound. Its name is Greyhound PI. It is a smart dog. Interest medium / period. Okay, so I guess that means medium. This is medium and this is period. So it's kind of weird to put it like medium / period when you're just labeling 2 different things, in my opinion. Like I would just put like medium over here or something and then period here, so you're not putting them together with the slash. A little strange, but looks like we got medium. So I guess the Greyhound here has artistic abilities or something. He likes oil paints, watercolors. These lines are like super squiggly. That's kind of funny, actually. Now I wonder why he didn't do it the same. Like over here, he just kind of like drew lines straight down, and then over here, it kind of did them all individually. I wonder why he did that different. In any case, artifacts. Really likes artifacts, I guess. Oh, these are the interests, so maybe, yeah, maybe what I said about the artistic ability isn't what this is representing. It's representing the Greyhound's personal interests here. So he likes ancient artifacts, classical artifacts, meta modern. I don't even know what meta modern is, but that's okay. I guess we're just X kind of doesn't suggest selection to me. It kind of suggests something is being taken off the menu, so to speak, but that's okay. Yeah, my cat's being annoying. It's another dark night in the city, but crime never sleeps. Your dog, police officer boss, has ordered you to investigate museum. Unfortunately for you, there's a snowstorm raging outside. You're trapped inside the museum parking garage. How long would you like to spend visiting museum? So we are trapped in... Oh. There's 2 hands here. Do both matter? Or am I just aiming for this one? I don't know what... We click to stop. Maybe it's a button like spacebar. Enter, right click? What's the input here? I've tried like a lot of buttons so far. Oh, okay, I can click on the numbers, okay. So yeah, this is not very clear to me. I thought I was supposed to stop the hands. Alright, so I actually recognize the sound effect being used. Ooh, what? Okay, is there a pause? Okay, it's a little weird. I didn't want to like miss anything while I was talking. So yeah, the sound effect is a really nice one. I actually found it on freesound.org, which I'm sure is where this person got it as well. Ended up using it myself, so it's kind of funny to hear that somewhere else. Alright, so a couple things I'm noticing. First of all, there is VSync enabled as far as I can tell, which means there's a lot of input lag, unfortunately, with looking around. It may not matter if there's no action in this game, but I really don't like the feeling of it. So I always recommend... I mean, you pretty much need an option for VSync to turn it on and off in any game regardless, but yeah, I always turn it off for a first-person game, so I don't like having the VSync on for that reason. The other thing is the movement is very... It's slow, but it's also got like a ton of inertia, which makes it feel very unresponsive. It's kind of very sloppy, like you're walking through thick mud or something, so it doesn't feel very good. I would definitely tighten up that movement inertia by a lot. And yeah, the walking speed is kind of slow, but that might, you know, it could be appropriate for the gameplay for all I know, but I don't think there's any real reason to make it just so unresponsive with the high inertia like that. So this is... Oh, okay. Minimalist Monday, Transgressive Tuesday, Workshop Wednesday, Tonalist Thursday, Free Admission Friday, which is today, and then Symbolism Saturday. Interesting. So we've got interesting line art style. Most of this is pretty bare up here, but I like the way the stairs look. Oh, I can see my little doggy self. The water is kind of a weird contrast with the style. I can jump. The jump is also extremely floaty. So yeah, just make everything more responsive, more fast. Add a little bit of gravity so that you can get your feet back on the ground a little sooner. Just make everything feel better. Oh, I think I'm in the water. So I can walk in the water here. It's pretty slow to move around. I would say... Again, it doesn't appear to be an action game, but when you're talking about like how fast your movement speed is going to be and such, I think if you want it to be kind of a slower movement speed, it makes sense to kind of focus on making smaller environments so that, you know, you're not spending so much time moving through them without seeing anything or doing anything interesting. So I do think it can be okay to have kind of a slower movement speed for certain types of games, but it makes sense to make everything kind of condensed and just a denser sort of level design, I would say. Out to lunch, will return shortly. There's a clock here. The door is locked with a heavy vault mechanism. There's no way to open it. This plank could use a little water. Alright, so I don't... This pop-up thing, I don't particularly like the way it looks. I feel like it kind of covers up a lot of the screen, but I think that's more cosmetic than anything. It's easy enough to interact with it. You just click again to make it go away. And I keep noticing these kind of indentations back here. I don't know if these are anything. It looks like it's probably up too high for me to see anything meaningful up there from this perspective anyway, so that's interesting. Oh, I can run. Okay. I don't know why I didn't try that beforehand. Usually I do that. I think I just got distracted by talking about the inertia and everything. I just never got around to trying the different buttons. So you can't crouch, I don't think. You can jump. Shift is run. Avant-garde globe. It is hidden. Why is it placed behind the desk like this? Oh, that's my watch. I can run, so the running just increases your base movement speed. So yeah, I might suggest for this kind of game, you know, just make it... Oh, instead of having the run button at all, just make it your normal speed. I don't see a reason to not just hold it down all the time. Interesting. I'm getting some messages here. Apologize for that. So I don't see anything I can actually do. Oh, well, let's click on things. So it might be worthwhile to give some kind of visual feedback, like when you hover over something that you can look at. It's not that intuitive to me. I mean, to just kind of click on anything, like I can't actually move the. For some reason, you can't look any higher than this. I don't get the point of that limitation. Like, I don't see any reason why you would limit the view in that way. But yeah, I would kind of expect that I could like click on this. Maybe click on the bridge. Like, I don't know what I can click on really. So like, I click on this dog translator noise, a virtuosity, if I do say so myself. Okay, so he has like a little translator hat. That's cute. Okay. So yeah, maybe just like when you hover over something, have some kind of, you know, a really simple thing would be like change the cursor into like an eyeball or something. Or you could do something a little more flashy. There's all sorts of things you could do, but just anything would be a good idea. Give the player a little feedback. I don't see, the thing is, like, I walk into this room and then it seems like there isn't anything I can do. Just a little weird. Okay, so I might, thinking about it a little more, I might consider that this could be like, because there's what appears to be a bridge here, like maybe if I go somewhere else and I get up to this area and I'm crossing the bridge and then I make a mistake and I fall down, then this could be like the area where you just kind of go back out after you fall down. But oh, well, now that kind of throws a wrench into things. I'm somewhere completely different now. So I don't know if this is supposed to be trippy, like hallucinogenic sort of experience, or if it's like literally randomized the rooms you go into or something. Happy Bark, obsidian arrowhead artifact. This arrowhead is located near a burial mound in modern-day Ohio. It is similar in style to the Adena culture of Native Americans. I don't. Let me check again the game page real quick. I don't know if I can get into it here. Right, okay, the controls were in the game itself. I was gonna look at the controls real quick. Yeah, I don't have a great memory, and just in general, I think it's a bit inadequate. I mean, for an early demo, you can't help it, but it's always a bit inadequate to just kind of mention the controls before the person starts playing the game. You kind of really have to, like, teach the player while they're playing. Unfortunately, I just got stuck. Alright, so I couldn't move for a second. Jumping allowed me to get out of it, but for some reason when I run into this, now I can't move with my WASD, but if I jump, then it gets me out. So that's a weird thing. For some reason, walking into that makes me stick. Yeah, and it's annoying that I can't look up higher than this. It just seems a really unnecessary limitation. Like if I want to try clicking on one of these, or just even see if it's possible to, or something. It's just annoying that that just feels so wrong to just not be able to look up there. So I don't know if this is like an infinite room. I did see the arrowhead thing twice. I was kind of thinking it was just two different ones, but it could have been like it was supposed to be the same one or something, for all I know. It's getting a bit weird when you get to this point. You just keep saying the same stuff. Okay, now I'm at a doorway again. So am I just gonna end up in some completely random place? That appears to be the case. So this plant could use a little water. I see, it's almost kind of... Oh. Okay, see, that was confusing. Apparently I triggered some other doorway, but I didn't like see it happen or anything. One thing you could consider to prevent what just happened is require an input to to move through a doorway or something that's going to transition into a next area. So like instead of just walking forward into this door, maybe I have to like press the E key to interact with it, you know, to actually like open and go through the door. So if you require an input like that, then you won't end up in that situation where I just accidentally like fell into a place without even realizing it, into a doorway. And you know, that last place I was in, I didn't even get to look around or anything and like see what it was about. Interesting. So yeah, I do think it's kind of weird when you go into these places that oh, that was a weird positional audio. When you go into these places that don't seem to have much going on inside them, and then you have to kind of go out the way you came in. Like that other room I was in with all the pillars that seemed like it was almost infinite or something. I feel like I just kind of went out the way I came in again, and it's I think it's less interesting than if you were to like go like this. Feels like you're actually walking through a place and going into a different doorway. So I think that's more interesting than just like wandering around some place that seems almost sort of empty and then just going out the way you came again. So I noticed that the positional audio with the cars appears to be reversed in the left and right channels. So that's something to look into. The Arc of Ebis. Colossal statue depicting two men. The symmetry is thought to represent balance or something. I don't know. Okay, so the dog doesn't like this one. Oh, the billboarding is trippy. Okay. I don't know what that blob is up there. I'm in the middle of the road here. Oh, right. Aphrodite Salmonka. A famous relic of the Greek world, the Aphrodite of Salmonka was no double crafted by aliens. So it was not a double crafted by aliens, I guess. So it seems like a lot of duplicate, which that was mentioned by the developer. They didn't have many statues or anything. I don't know what this is over here, graffiti or something. So yeah, I will note that I never got any idea of like what the actual goal of the game is. A lone tag left by some punk. Meta modern. Okay. It is graffiti. So yeah, I never got any kind of idea what the goal is or anything, so so far I'm just walking through and looking at pieces of art. Ooh, alright, so that just made me come out exactly where I went in. I don't know if that was randomized. Yeah, okay, so that was randomized, so at the very least, you know, I would suggest adding a check so that you don't go through a door and then just end up exactly where you were. Would probably be worth doing. But yeah, I mean, I have an appreciation for like walking sims, which this appears to be along those lines. I don't know if there's like actual gameplay planned, like some kind of puzzle type thing, but so far I haven't seen any. It's just sort of an interactive beginning to something. And with such, I mean, I don't know that there's much more I can give in the way of feedback, apart from just little details about the... Oh, we got it. Yeah, we didn't get to look at here before. So, okay, so there apparently is a little trapdoor that we could walk into, and that's... Yeah, that seems especially tricky when it just... You trigger it just by touching it, and it looks like I can actually walk around. I can even go over there, apparently, just by not touching that. So yeah, I would definitely consider adding that interaction to go through something like that. Now for lunch. Oh, saw that before. It looks like snow. That's interesting visual effect. The snowflakes are like hitting on glass or something. Can I go into this, or oh, these are, I think it's locked. Are those like actual characters? That looks cool either way. So yeah, this looks interesting over here. Oh, it's kind of a big area. Loop of Time in this innovative painting is the earliest known work of the Surrealist movement. Somewhat pleased woof. The candle, it's not art. Oh. What is going on down there? This is the back entrance to a museum. It was built to be smaller than the rest. To accommodate for gnomes, halflings, and other folk of the wood. These little men have vanished, however. That's, something. The artist actually painted this directly onto the wall. There's no way to remove it. Alright, so this is apparently the back door for the little people. Oh, there's more stuff up here even. More graffiti. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a kitty. Created by ghosts. Thought to me Moon and Inken. Let's see. There's more art over here. I do think like art galleries and stuff can be pretty cool, so I don't know if I can only guess what is intended for kind of the final product here. So I don't know if it's meant to just be sort of interesting in an actual gallery sort of sense, like the developer just wants to fill it with all these interesting things to look at, or if I'm really wondering what is going on down here with these mushrooms. This is a rare mushroom that typically grows underneath museum. Many will journey into museum for many years and never see one more than once. The species of this mushroom is Pleurotus austriatus. It doesn't look like I can interact with it. I can run into it and it has collisions, so that's actually mildly annoying. It seems unnecessary. Mysterious mushrooms. Okay, so is this going to lead to like another random place, or is this going to lead to... Okay, well I've not seen this place before. This is extraordinarily trippy. Could potentially cause some seizures. Wow, that waterfall just kind of emerged, because I couldn't see it looking at it head on. Screw study, okay. Wow, that's trippy. I don't think, yeah, there like appears to be different levels to this. Oh, I can't jump up on this, okay. I'm gonna say I could in theory jump down onto one of these. Ooh, I can up a little higher if I run. Alright, it doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. So I think I mixed myself up on which door I went through, but I also kind of am doubting that it even matters. Alright, I believe I went into this one this way first. It probably doesn't matter which door I go through. Alright, so I've been in here again. I feel like all I can really do is just go back and forth. I believe that it was mentioned there are only 7 levels. Oh, the watch. I don't know what the watch is for. Well, it's probably the time mechanic that hasn't been implemented yet, so... Oh, that is an extremely floaty jump. It's very, like, moon gravity. Yeah, there's definitely, like, super moon gravity going on. Actually, it feels like the gravity is completely different right now than it was at other points in time. I don't know if that is intentional in any way. I'm falling extremely slow. I also, like, when I press jump, I barely get off the ground, but the gravity is like super low. It's very weird. I don't know if my footsteps are louder now, if it's just me imagining it. I also feel like I'm actually running slower than before. I don't know if there's something going on, like, oh, wow. What is this? Egyptian technology. It is speculated that the ancient Egyptians built the pyramids all by themselves. This, however, is bullcrap, and how could a team of desert dwellers drag metric tons of stone up ramps? The real answer, of course, is that they had ancient technology that we do not have even today. Please refrain from touching any of the buttons. They control the technology. So I don't know why that would be attached to this particular visual. However, this is very trippy, that is for sure. Maybe this is one of the buttons for the ancient technology. That looks like a goblet. Oh, well, apparently so. Whoa. The button is gone. Oh my gosh. Alright, so it's actually pretty easy to get mixed up, like, in this place. Everything kind of looks the same in all directions. There are a couple of visual landmarks here, but yeah, this definitely feels like something that would be really easy to get kind of lost in. The ground almost like obscures everything, so you can't really see what's in any direction very well. So it's definitely going to be confusing to navigate. So this is the same thing. I can actually like go towards this thing. It's very trippy. And yeah, it's a bit annoying just like how long this is taking to go like across this wide expansive area just to look at the silly staircase thing, which I probably can't interact with in any meaningful way. Alright, looks like I can clip into it a little bit. But I think it's just scenery. Can I just keep going this way infinitely, or what? Starting to look that way. Looks like it just keeps generating more ground as I walk. Alright, well. So unfortunately I just have to walk. I'm just gonna have to... I want to go towards this goblet thing. So we're just gonna wait for a while I hold forward and shift. Don't know what that big circle is. It's probably just a big circle. So we did at least find one interactive thing in the game so far, and is that big button type thing. This is another button, isn't it? I kind of thought it might be, but it always looked like a floating goblet. I think it's because the ground didn't render. Like, the ground doesn't render far away, so it looks like these objects are just floating in the air. Which makes this look like... like a little wine glass or a goblet. When it's not like stuck into the ground like this. What is that? What in the heck? What is going on? Oh. Circle. Whoa. Now, I'm gonna guess this wasn't intentional. And that ridiculously low gravity is affecting the situation here somewhat. Right, you can see the ground kind of generating to follow me. Alright, that was interesting. Alright, so we got this sphere. So I think we're just gonna look for more buttons at this point. I think everything is in this direction. And I saw one or two more of those. Oh, there's one right there. And I'm hoping they're not going to be like the same ones, because I think they disappear after you trigger them. So for now, we're just going to go towards that one, because I don't see any others over here. Oh, there's another one over there. Why is it like completely buried? Oh my gosh. Alright, there's the staircase thing. That's spinning around now. For what purpose? Who knows? And let's go trigger this one, and then if that doesn't do anything particular interest, then I don't know what else to do here. Let's go into one of these doors again. It looks like there's two of these towers. I think they both have doors on them at the top of the little ramps. Although again, in the game so far, it doesn't seem to matter like what doorway you go through, because it seems to be completely randomized. It does look like I could walk up on that if I wanted to. However, alright. More things moving around. Now, is there any purpose for any of this? I have no idea. Looks like I can see in here a little bit. Oh, I can even walk under here. It's kind of interesting. There's a sun up there. So at this point, like I could continue like wandering out here sort of endlessly and hope something would happen, but I don't really have high hopes about it, so I think I'm just gonna have to leave. So yeah, I don't know if this is supposed to be one of those like figure out what the heck is going on mystery type games. Oh, this footstep sounds got weird. It's meant to be like a weird maze type thing that you have to like go through particular doors in a particular order. And try and find like clues or something. I don't think I found anything that seemed to resemble a clue. At least my run speed is back up now. And my jumping feels more normal, so that's interesting. Got a little stuck here. Apparently jumping helps to get unstuck. Is this the same as... I think these are different from what they were before. Interesting. That's true. Oh, wow. That's kind of clever. I like that. Interesting. So yeah, I guess the artworks are kind of randomized or something. And yeah, I think this could be cool. This randomly has color. The color blue. Alright. But yeah, I definitely think this could be cool if it was supposed to be one of these, like, figure out what the heck you're doing sort of games, and there's some kind of hidden clues in the paintings or something. I don't know. I can only guess what this could be about, because I really have no real solid inclination of any form. And with that, I mean, I don't know of any way to actually accomplish anything that feels meaningful in the game that I've seen. So either I didn't figure the game out, or just the meaningful stuff hasn't been implemented yet. But either way, I think I probably said about all I can about it. There's more of these arrowheads. I don't know if are you trying to point at something? Are there secrets to find? Doesn't appear that way. I can kind of clip into this a little with the camera. But yeah, so definitely interesting from a kind of surreal perspective. I kind of like the concept of looking at all the paintings and stuff in a sort of exploratory game like this, and kind of the mystery, feeling of mystery around it. But as for actual gameplay, I really have no clue, so if I missed anything really big about what the heck I'm supposed to be doing, I'd be interested to know. And otherwise, you know, I just look forward to seeing where it goes. So hopefully this was a useful video. I'll go ahead and wrap it up, but let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next one.